Hey everyone, it is Julie here with TipRanks, and today we're taking a look at 5 strong buy dividend stocks for the month of May. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. The month of May has arrived, so that means it's time to look at some dividend stocks for the upcoming month. Today we're taking a look at 5 dividend stocks that all come in with a strong buy consensus from Wall Street, plus have an ex-dividend date in the month of May. This of course is the date that you had to own the stock before in order to be eligible for their next dividend payment. So with these soon arriving ex-dividend dates, you're not going to have to wait too long to start collecting that passive income. We're going to take a look at today's companies, what it is that they do, those dividend details, and of course what Wall Street analysts are predicting for the stock's future. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that you're subscribed to the channel as well. Now let's get right into our 5 dividend stocks for May. Kicking things off with our nearest ex-dividend date, we have the Bank of NT Butterfield Sons. They trade under the ticker NTB and are currently priced at $34.37 per share. Their stock has climbed nearly 50% in the past year, including 17% in the last 3 months. They do score a 9 out of 10 currently on the TipRanks Smart Score. NT Butterfield is a leading independent offshore bank and trust company. Dating back to 1858, Butterfield is a full-service bank and wealth manager headquartered in Bermuda and has a presence across the Cayman Islands, Bahamas, Channel Islands, Singapore, and Switzerland. Their bank services include both wealth management and specialized financing. They announced their next quarterly dividend along with their first quarter earnings report. Their ex-dividend date will be next week on May 7th. And their dividend payment date will be on May 21st. The recent quarterly dividend comes in at 44 cents per share for a dividend yield of 5.54% and a healthy payout ratio of 38.5%. And they did also report a healthy earnings beat for that recent quarter. For their first quarter, they reported earnings per share of $1.13, coming in 16 cents ahead of analyst expectations. And that was on net income of $53.4 million. Their CEO said that the bank remains highly liquid with strong capital levels and has a loan portfolio that is primarily comprised of well-collateralized residential mortgages with limited commercial and hospitality real estate exposure in Bermuda and the Cayman Islands. Their stock does only have 4 current analyst ratings, but comes in with unanimous buys. And that strong buy rating comes with an average price target of $37.25 for an upside potential of 8.4%. Down below, looking at our most recent ratings, we have a couple here on the higher end with upsides of nearly 16% and a low end with a slight downside of 1.5%. Second on our list today is Essential Utilities. They trade under the ticker WTRG and are priced at $37.14. Overall, the past year, they are down 9.3%, and in the last few months have been climbing up slightly at 3.5%. They do currently score a 10 out of 10 on the TipRanks Smart Score. Essential Utilities is one of the largest publicly traded water, wastewater, and natural gas providers in the United States, serving approximately 5 million people across 9 states under the Aqua and Peoples brands. Essential represents an infrastructure company uniquely positioned to have a powerful impact on improving reliability, quality of life, and economic prosperity for all. Essential Utilities first began paying a dividend back in 1981, and they have been consistently growing that dividend over the years. Their next ex-dividend date is May 9th for payment on June 1st, and their current quarterly dividend comes in at 31 cents per share for a dividend yield of 3.36%. And their next quarterly earnings report is coming up in just a few days on May 6th, where analysts will be anticipating earnings per share of 76 cents, which would be a few cents increase over last year. For their previous quarter, they reported inline earnings per share and had record infrastructure investments of $1.19 billion. They said that despite the winter weather being significantly warmer than normal, they delivered earnings per share that met their 2023 guidance expectations. Essential Utilities also just has 4 current analyst ratings, but once again, we do have unanimous buys. And their strong buy rating comes with a price target of $41.50 for an average upside of 11.74%. Down below, we can see a pretty close range of price targets with upsides from 7.7% to 3 at 13% upside. Third on our list today is a high-yield dividend stock that I've definitely covered a few times in the past. That is Energy Transfer. Their stock trades under the ticker ET, currently priced at $15.58. Over the past year, this stock has climbed nearly 35% and has grown over 11% in the last 3 months, and they do currently score a 10 out of 10 on the TipRanks Smart Score. Energy Transfer is a major player in the North American midstream sector. which is a vital segment of the energy industry that connects oil and natural gas producers with their end customers. Midstream companies operate networks of pipelines, transport assets, storage facilities, and terminal facilities, moving hydrocarbons and refined products to where they are needed. Energy Transfer has operations across 41 different states, plus international offices in Panama and China. Energy Transfer has a dividend history going back nearly 20 years, but they did have to cut their dividend during 2020. However, they have been steadily increasing it over the last few years. And with their latest increase to 32 cents per share, they're now back above that pre-pandemic level. Their next ex-dividend date is May 10th for payment on May 20th, and their current dividend yield comes in at 7.81%. They'll be sharing their Q1 earnings report next week on May 8th, and this does follow an earnings beat for their fourth quarter. For their Q1, analysts will be anticipating earnings per share of 39 cents. This follows their fourth quarter earnings of 37 cents, which beat expectations by 3 cents per share. For the fourth quarter, they had net income of $1.33 billion, which was an increase of $172 million compared to the last year. The stock currently has 9 analyst ratings, coming in as a strong buy with 8 buys and 1 hold. The average price target comes in at $18.44 for an average upside of 18.5%. Looking at our list down below, on the low end we do have our 1 hold rating with a downside of about 3.7% and a high-end price target from UBS with an upside of over 41%. Staying in the energy industry for our fourth dividend stock, we're taking a look at Chevron. Their stock trades under the ticker CVX, currently priced just shy of $160 per share. They have had some ups and downs the past year and overall are up 3.75%, but have been climbing a bit more recently, up nearly 6% in the last 3 months. They do score a 10 out of 10 on the TipRanks Smart Score. Chevron is one of the world's largest oil companies and is considered a leader in the industry. Their core business activities revolve primarily around exploration and production of oil and natural gas assets, and they also have large-scale activities in the refining of crude oil, the transport of oil, gas, and refined hydrocarbon products, and even in the operation and management of maritime shipping line for various fossil fuel products. Chevron has dividend payments dating back to 1990 and is another company that has been growing their dividend consistently. Their next ex-dividend date is May 16th for a payment date of June 10th, and their current quarterly dividend comes in at $1.63 for a dividend yield of 3.73%. They just shared their Q1 earnings report last week on April 26th, where they did report an earnings beat. Their Q1 earnings per share came in at $2.93, beating expectations by 1 cent, and the company did have reported earnings of $5.5 billion. Their worldwide production was 12% higher than the year ago. Their stock has attracted 16 current analyst ratings, coming in as a strong buy with 13 buys and 3 holds. And the average price target comes in at $186 for an upside potential of nearly 17%. Down below, looking at our recent list here, on the low end we do have a hold with a slight downside of 2% and a lot in those double-digit mid-teens to low 20s, high-end price targets coming in at 29%. If you've made it to our final stock here, this is your reminder to make sure you hit that thumbs up button. For our 5th strong buy dividend stock, we're looking at one of the big banks in America with Goldman Sachs. They trade under the ticker GS, currently priced at $426 per share. Their stock has climbed about 32% over the past year and over 10% in the last 3 months. They currently score a 7 out of 10 on the TipRanks Smart Score. Goldman Sachs is a global banking and financial services company. Founded back in 1869, the company was headquartered in New York and maintains offices in all major financial centers around the world. They offer a broad range of financial services to a large and diversified client base that includes corporations, financial institutions, governments, and individuals. Goldman Sachs' ex-dividend date takes us nearly to the end of the month, as it is on May 30th for a payment date of June 27th. Their currently quarterly dividend comes in at $2.75 for a dividend yield of 2.56%. They shared their Q1 earnings report a couple of weeks ago now on April 25th, and they did come out with a healthy earnings beat. For their Q1, they reported earnings per share of $11.58, coming in well ahead of the anticipated $8.73. For the quarter, they also had net revenues of $14.21 billion. The Goldman Sachs stock has attracted 20 current analyst ratings and comes in as a strong buy with 17 buys and 3 holds. The average price target comes in at $453 for an average upside potential of 6.23%. Looking at our most recent ratings, we have a lot coming in just after that earnings report, ranging from a hold with a downside of 15.5%, a lot in the single digits to low double digits here, and a high-end price target from Oppenheimer with an upside of over 21%. So that is a quick look at 5 dividend stocks, all with an ex-dividend date coming up in May, and all with a strong buy consensus from Wall Street analysts. Let me know your thoughts on these 5 stocks and what other dividend stocks you love. I know there's a lot of great ones out there, and I always appreciate hearing from you guys. Of course, please keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock, so make sure you stick to your own investment plan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.